So is this like the Reddit question of the week?
Is that what we want to call it?
I don't know. Whenever you do like one of these things, it's like you have to have like a
fancy name.
And the lasers, you got to have like pew, 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 pew. You know, like you listen to the radio, which, you know, I almost went into.
Oh.
Just like, well, okay. You knew my love for radio.
I do.
This just the normal dating subreddit? Is that what this is?
So it's our dating.
Okay. So yeah, dating subreddit. The dating subreddit.
The dating subreddit. So this is, I think it's actually a good question. Do guys, parentheses, men, wait a specific amount of time before messaging a girl on a dating app? Obviously, this is
after matching. Yeah.
And let's say after, you know, if it's Bumble, after the first message, which isn't even, I think that girls sending the first message often isn't even like a real message because we're just sending so many messages that it's just like, hey.
Because there's so many men.
There's so many men.
They just want your attention.
Guys message everyone. They don't read profiles. They just...
No, women are like rifles and men are like shotguns.
What does that even mean?
Well, like a rifle fires like one bullet.
One very specific bullet that is aimed.
You aim at something.
And that's the point of...
And men are like shotguns and the thing's full of buckshot and you shoot it and 100 little balls go in all directions.
Yes,
and you
there
hope
are
it hits
100
something.
little balls going in all directions. That is what it feels like.
Yes. That's just from my point of view. Yes. Women are like rifles and men are like shotguns.
All right. I get it. I get what you're saying. And that is true. And it's just very frustrating. If you're just looking for a hookup, that's fine. Because it's all based on visual. It's all based on the visual. But if you're actually looking to date, it's really frustrating.
The thing is, I hate to keep like saying like an analogy. Like I'm just gonna be like analogy man today, but it's
just don't do sports. No. Please don't do sports.
Yeah, like
I don't understand them.
No, I was gonna make the lottery sort of analogy of just like, you know, everyone gets a stone and throws it at you, but. No, not the story of the lottery. But no, you gotta be in it to win it. You gotta play to win. So a lot of, I think, what us men do. I'm not done. Is striking up a whole bunch of conversations because you don't know which one of them is going to end up leading to something that might be. That. Yeah. So it's
like, I don't think anyone just picks, maybe some people do, but I don't think anyone just picks one person to focus on at a time. That's
some people do.
Some people do. And I have.
I've had that when I've been talking to a young lady or two.
I feel like that's something that, like the younger crowd does.
Well, if it is younger crowd, the women I've talked to have definitely been the younger crowd. But no, it is
legal.
Yes, very legal. Yep, you're not going to find me
barely, but
no. Chris Hansen and I aren't going to be having a conversation. Just if anybody wonders, like I'm not going to be showing up, and it's like I made some iced tea.
Not going to see that special kitchen.
No, I'd be like, wait a minute, I know that. Oh, darn it! It's like, this is going to be a bunch of uncomfortable conversations. And I think from the man point of view, I think it is a little bit of a desperation thing, is that, we have to sort of have a lot of irons in the fire to sort of find.
But you're creating your own problem, because you wouldn't if women didn't have to field through hundreds of messages per day, then it wouldn't.
So it's our fault.
I'm blaming you. I'm 100% blaming you. Not even men. You.
Well, yeah. No, I blame me as well. But
no, it's the.
This is a completely different question on how much time do we spend before we. But no, it is true.
It is the nature of online dating. Unfortunately,
it is.
The sites are made. The apps are made to. They're made to keep people on the sites, and
they're also geared towards the women.
I don't think so. I think
they're advertised
wrong.
Towards the men, but they're geared towards the women.
No, they're geared towards men. Absolutely, they're geared towards men.
They're advertised.
They're 100% geared towards men. It's by visual first and foremost, and that is the male.
I can't fault you there, because I absolutely agree that men are visual creatures.
And I'm not saying women aren't like we care about what you look like. I'm not saying that
care too
women...
much. You married me.
I mean, you looked okay.
Yeah, I had 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head.
You did. You. I mean, what else does a girl need?
Well,
I mean, more than what.
There's more than what I have.
There are some things. There are some things. Some girth. You know.
I can't argue because I have said yes, men are visual creatures, and yes, they are mostly
like except for the few like eHarmony, some of the paid sites.
Yeah.
That are pretty much 100% pay.
Yeah.
But for the most part,
and those are just people looking for something weird. Like we want to talk
like
about weird
Christian,
fetishes and stuff. Like like eHarmony and those sites. Like I was actually denied. I don't know if it was eHarmony or one of those sites, but when like I filled out the application, it was like, sorry, we don't want you. Because
you were like, I like Satan.
No, it was. I think it was because I like sex, or I like, or I don't want to get married in the next year, 5 years, 10 years.
I mean, yeah, I think eHarmony isn't that the Christian one?
I don't think they're outright Christian, but I think like they sort of hint at
it. They cater more towards like finding someone to marry and have kids with and
be miserable with and hate until the time that one of you expires and then can go on and live a happy life. Yeah. That's buy into that dead American dream, people.
I actually like monogamy. I will date lots of people, but when it comes down to it, if I'm with someone for a long period of time, I just can't do non-monogamy.
Oh, that's another conversation altogether.
We need to. I can definitely go off on the E&M thing. And
oh no, okay, that's what we'll talk about next time. Because if we get into that now,
it'll be a long conversation.
I have to work in the morning. Like,
are you implying I don't?
As a man, I have to work.
As
in the
a man,
morning.
I need to work.
I get up at the dawn and I make myself some bacon and eggs, and I go out and milk the cows. As a man, that's what a man does.
Not in your kitchen. You aren't making bacon and eggs.
No, I'm not, because my kid.
You can't.
I gotta get up and milk the computers. Those servers ain't gonna milk themselves.
They never
Wendy.
do. They never do.
So, with the question you asked, are you?
Let's bring it back around.
Yeah, I'm bringing it back around.
How do you have a time limit if you match with someone?
Because you've read that thread and you've seen what people have said. So is this a quiz for me to see what I will say about?
Yes, this is a quiz for you.
So it's a red-blooded farming American male who's milking the cows. Do you want to know?
Yes, I want to know what a red-blooded server milking man.
You never want to seem too eager. Eager, I think, equals desperation, and desperation is kryptonite to attraction.
Yes, but no. So desperation, yes, obviously that is.
Oh yeah, desperation's always terrible.
That is never a good thing. But I don't think messaging someone right away equals desperation. Well, unless you message them.
I love how many caveats there are to this. It's like, well, quick can seem like desperate, but desperate, if we look it up in the dictionary, the second definition. No, it's because I don't want to deal with the whole gotcha caveats of what might seem like desperation or not desperation, is if I do match with someone or if I do get a message from someone on Bumble, I do not answer that night.
What? Really?
I do not answer.
Oh, that's so frustrating.
I'm not saying I give it 12 hours and I'm sitting there with my watch and I'm like,
what is your time?
Say I get the message nighttime, dinner time or evening.
6 p.m.
Yeah, 6 p.m. I'm not going to answer until the next day.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
I would have given up on you by then. I would have gotten a ton of messages by then, and you would be at the bottom of my list.
I'd be at the bottom.
And I would have forgotten about you.
You asked me. I'm telling. And then maybe I'm learning.
It's a horrible idea.
I know, and maybe it is a horrible, but I never wanted to seem
because that comes across as, oops, because here's what happens. Okay. Remember when I said that guys just swipe right on everyone?
Yeah, we've all done a little bit of that.
Yeah. So what tends to happen is, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, but you swipe right on everyone. And then as you get those matches, you pick and choose who you actually want to talk to.
I've done that
and
before,
then you go back and go, oh, this person matched with me. Let me
then you actually read
let me
through their
look
bio,
at like the rest of her pictures and like maybe check out the
check the angles.
Yeah, see if there's a body pic and then go like, oh crap, she's too fat, or she has pink hair, or she has too many tattoos, which are weirdly things that guys don't like.
Really? Like I thought it was weird you went from fat to pink hair.
Because these are things that some people consider bad qualities.
Okay.
Not the type of men that I want.
We're talking hair like on the head, right?
Pink pubic hair would be amazing.
It would be. Like if there was a pic of that, I would be like, I hope this one messages me.
Would a full bush, pink.
When we talk full, we're not talking about a triangle. We're talking about like carpet in front of a fireplace with Barry White playing.
70s bush.
Can't get enough of your pink. Bush lady.
This is like she's a 10 butt. Like this, she is a full bush, but it's pink.
No.
Couldn't do it?
Couldn't do it.
Really?
No. When it starts to like go up onto the thighs, no.
I know, but what if she's like a blonde and she doesn't
Well, then
doesn't go that
then
far.
It doesn't even go that far. We're talking about like jungle bush. We're talking about.
I know, but I'm saying like I have like when I don't shave, it doesn't go that far.
Yeah, you're lucky like that.
Yeah,
you're
but I'm saying
rub it in the face of every other woman out there.
I'm just saying that like what if like you don't know that. You just know that she has a full bush.
Oh, so I don't see it.
You
just
don't
told.
see it. You're just told full bush, doesn't shave.
But I see a picture of like their hair and their like eyebrows and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there's a little blurb in the about me that it's like
full bush, pink.
But it's pink.
You know what? I'm going to go with it.
I would like.
Do you want to know why? Because I got
allergic
a why.
reaction. I don't know, like that.
Because she sounds like fun,
right? Yeah, that sounds like the type of person that I would like. If a guy said that, I would. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
It's like every guy wants to ride a bull once.
Right.
It's like, yeah, I could probably do 8 seconds on that. Yeah, I might get stomped on and break some ribs, but goddamn, it's going to be a story.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I'll be telling that when I'm like 60 in a bar somewhere.
I wonder if I have any pink dye.
I didn't even know you had a bush right now. Like I never assumed.
It's been 10 months. So yeah, I haven't had the need to shave. So
you got to go pink.
I got to go pink.
Like I'm going to start the hashtag Wendy go pink. So I'm completely wrong in waiting at least overnight.
I think it's excessive because that gives the impression of you not caring, or like I would assume like, oh, he swiped on me, but he didn't. Now that he's looked at me, he's not interested.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand like.
Well, like how soon would you want a man to respond?
I'm okay with them responding right away as long as you do not respond twice in a row. If you say hi and then I don't respond and you say hi again.
Oh, that's another thing. Yeah.
That is desperation.
Oh
no. Have you done that? Oh no.
I've done something like that, but it's.
Tell me.
I don't know if I want to tell this one.
I think you need to. You brought it up to it.
I don't know if I want to talk about this one.
Sir.
I don't know. Oh, there's probably been enough water under the bridge. Okay. I'll talk about this one.
Okay, talk about this one.
How about I just don't use names or
I mean, I can get like now that you've said that, I obviously am gonna guess. So okay. That's fine.
Shit, I'm gonna use names. I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
Like you know me at my best, you know me at my worst, and
there's nothing you can say at this point that I'm gonna.
Yeah. The first time I messaged the brat,
okay,
I didn't get a response.
But this was on Ashley Madison.
Yeah.
Right?
And then, like a week later, I messaged again, and I was just like, "Hey." Just like you said, like don't message multiple times. Yeah. I'm like, I don't want to seem like completely desperate, but goddamn.
Yeah.
Like I got to say something. And if I don't hear anything, fine. And we all know where that ended up.
Right.
But yeah, like,
I feel like that's a different situation though, because that site is like, it is made for partners cheating on partners. And so there's going to be some lag.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think there is a bit of lag from
because they're maneuvering around their partner.
They are. But so truth be told.
Yeah.
The reason she hadn't responded to my first message was because just like in a normal dating site, she had so much in her inbox.
Right. Yeah.
So she was dealing with the same things that other people have dealt with, where it was just a deluge of just dick.
Yeah.
You know, like it was a waterfall of dick, and my dick, being the dick that it is, was not the friend of the waterfall.
Your waterfall dick. Are there pictures of dicks on that site? Do you?
Yeah, if you want to have pictures of dicks, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. They allow the nudity.
No, absolutely, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They absolutely do.
Yeah. Huh.
Yeah.
Well, then she might actually have had.
She might have had like a waterfall of dicks.
Yeah.
And
don't go chasing dick waterfalls.
Yeah. But yeah, and
stick to the balls and the assholes that you're used to. I know that you're gonna have some small dick or no dick at all.
That's right.
All right.
And I didn't even forget how it came up, but it came up at some point where
your dick.
Yes, only once. But no, it had come up about that I had messaged her twice. Like I think it was probably sometime when we were out, and I was just like, why? You know, like I think that's the question every guy has on any dating site. And you guys out there probably might think the same thing. It's like, okay, well, why was it able to like cut through the bull? I've
had guys ask that before.
Yeah. No, I think it's a very much a guy thing because our ego gets in the way and it's just, I must be important. But yeah, and then I'd asked and I was like, look, I messaged you the first time and I didn't hear anything. And then the second time I messaged you, why was that one the one that got through?
Right.
And really it was just because timing. It was just
you don't think it was just seeming like a decent person, because that's usually it for me.
No,
like someone who can complete.
You mean a decent
sentences.
Person that wants to have an affair?
Yeah. Well, okay.
You seem like a very decent person that wants to go cheating on their wife or husband and have an affair.
On that site, it seems like a slightly
like
different,
decent is a sliding scale there.
The bar it's a sliding bar, and
it really was timing.
Yeah.
It really was like she'd first signed up and then it was just like a new member. And of course, being out here in Western New York, like the pool is not that large. It's like we have 200,000 people in Metro Rochester. Yeah. And then you add in all the suburbs and stuff and you might get 300,000. So it
seems like there's more people.
No, they're just that annoying. Yeah.
Mm.
So that was the thing. It was like when she first signed up, it was just fire hose.
Yeah.
And then by the time my second message came around, it was like a garden hose, which is a good thing because, it's
just a trickle.
Fit. Yeah. Sort of like, sorry, honey, I don't have a fire hose, but I got a garden hose that'll work well for you.
Garden hose is useful, whereas a fire hose.
Garden hose almost sounds like an insult.
I don't think it is.
No, if you were like a farmer, like back in the day, maybe in merry old England, and you're like, oh, you're a bunch of garden hose.
It just sounds like garden hose.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It's like garden hose.
Garden hose.
Yeah.
That sounds like a sexy fairy, like a sexy little nymph to me.
Oh, you've been blessed by the garden hose.
I'm just a wee little garden hoe. Look at my ears and my wings.
Oh, I was lonely until I was blessed by the garden hose. Bing! Here's an erection from the garden hose.
We just come around and give erections. Makes me think of the orgasm fairy that Kristen and I talk about.
Yeah, the orgasm fairy.
It's fun to be the orgasm fairy.
The garden hose.
Yeah, I feel like that's the British name for the orgasm fairy. Like America has orgasm fairies, and
we have bathrooms. They have toilets.
Yeah,
or like the loo.
But like we have orgasm fairies, and they have garden hose.
The garden hose. Ah, you had a visit from the garden hose.
Oh, you just have a wee little visit from the garden hose.
God damn, I could use a visit from a couple of them. But I don't have any gardens at home.
That's something to work on, isn't it?
Isn't it?
Isn't it?
But I guess now I know that that one situation,
that did work out for you, but I feel like that's a different clientele.
Yeah, I think it more had to do with luck than anything else.
Absolutely.
And
that is also very different. Like if you wait a week, and like you said hi, I didn't respond, you wait a week and you say hi again. That is not desperation. Saying hi, waiting 2 hours, and then saying hi again.
Well, I've seen so many memes like that where it's like, hey,
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 hey, hey,
hey,
hey.
I wouldn't like you anywhere, you fucking hoe.
You bitch.
Yeah.
You're ugly.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to swipe on you anyway.
Yeah, how dare you?
What?
Yeah, you got pointy knees. I don't like those pointy knees. So you're saying same night.
Okay.
But message once.
Message once.
And say what?
It doesn't matter. Like ideally it would be something responding, like say something about what's in my bio.
Yeah, I never say anything about the pictures.
Like,
because I don't want to seem shallow to be like, hey, you're really pretty. I never comment on the pictures.
You can comment on the pictures as a side note.
Yeah.
But don't let that be your only thing. Because here's how that conversation's going to go.
Yeah.
Hey, you're pretty. Oh, thanks. And that's it. That's it.
Cricket.
That's how it's going to go. And then you're still going to have to.
And that's why I never do unless the picture is like, taken like in Cairo. I'm at the pyramids in Cairo.
Right.
And then it's, okay,
and then you can
I am going to comment on this, but it's just like beautiful girl in a picture. Oh, you're pretty.
You're pretty. Like
the bitch knows she's fucking pretty.
But even if she doesn't, even if it's, you could say that to the ugliest goddamn woman, she's still going to get.
Wendy?
Yes, me.
You're pretty.
Shut it. Shut it. I am the second ugliest woman, by the way.
You are. I'm sorry.
But you could say that to anyone. Any woman is going to get a million of those compliments, and she's it is lovely to hear.
Compliments are cheap.
I can't build a conversation off of that.
You can't build a conversation on a compliment.
If you say, "Hey, you're gorgeous. Tell me about blank," or
so you're like slip it in.
Just
slip in the compliment. But have it with some real conversation.
And then she can be like, wow,
like subconsciously.
That's really nice. Like this guy build my fucking ego. I do like it. But also I need something to build off of that conversation. I need something to move the conversation forward. Because if you just have a compliment, I'm going to be like, hey, thanks. And then
what?
Yeah. Like there's not going to be anywhere to go
because we're no good at conversation.
And all of your pictures suck. So I can't I can't be like, hey,
how many pictures of fish can you comment on?
Your pictures are great too. I love that trout. That's a really
is that a trout?
That's a really sexy trout. And I love the way you hold that deer's antlers. And also that up nostril picture. Yeah. How do you feel when you message a girl about her response time?
This is actually something I think I've mentioned to you before. Is that...
Were we drunk? Because I don't remember.
When are we not drunk?
This is why we record these things. Now I can go back.
Yeah, now you can go back and you can listen. But no, it is actually a huge red flag for me if I message a lady and I hear back right away.
Really?
If she's...
So I'm doing that wrong, maybe.
Well, no,
because I do respond right away to almost every message.
I'm not every man.
You're not.
No, I think the thing is that I'm aware enough of how much of a freak I am and how odd I am that if someone is that passionate about it, I almost got to keep them at arm's length to figure out how crazy they are before I let them in.
What you assume?
I assume, yeah.
That someone is crazy.
And I've been right every time.
I'm not crazy.
No, but you weren't that interested in me in the beginning.
Yes, I was.
Yeah, well, you played coy.
Of course I did.
Yeah, like a sane woman.
But this wasn't on a dating site.
I know, it wasn't.
And you had a girlfriend at the time.
I had a girlfriend at the time.
So that was a very different
as well. And it's proved right every time that the young ladies that I've met on both Tinder and Plenty of Fish, if they've responded to me right away when we've, started the conversation, they came in too hot. You don't want to come in too hot.
Too hot.
Too hot. Too hot. Too hot. You don't want to. You don't want to do that. So it's
So what is a non-red flag respectable time to respond? Do you expect someone to not respond till the next day?
No, I'd give an hour or two.
Okay. All right. That's fair.
But I mean, the ones that were those red flags, those ones that popped up
like immediate
within 10 minutes.
But I do that.
And you can. These guys might be sane, but it does come off as desperation as well as just because we are sort of the inhabitants of an island of misfit toys.
Yeah.
That when like my profile does sort of express that I am a bit strange and I might be into some certain fetishes or I might be into certain things. But I feel like
I don't think that's odd anymore. Like the
guy with the fish is not letting you know he wants to be spanked.
Yes, he
really
is. Yes, he is.
Oh, with the fish?
So big titty goth girls.
Oh, well, that's
are in high demand. That's become a thing. But
I can't find it anymore.
So has like a goth daddy.
Well, yeah, no, I thank goth daddy out there for perpetuating that. And that is the life. But when they come on that hot, I'm just, this is going to be an adventure. It's going to be like Oregon Trail, and I'm going to die of dysentery.
You're going to die of dysentery? Mm.
Yeah. I'm not going to be able to ford that river. For ladies, I would say a respectable response rate would be an hour or two. No. Like men, an hour or two. Is that good for you? Like...
Oh, yeah. Like an hour. Yeah, absolutely.
So should we just make a blanket statement and be
just
like
1 hour? Wait an hour.
Okay.
I think that's a good,
dating
piece of advice.
1 hour.
Wait an hour.
Warning. You are listening to the Bestest Exes Podcast, the only podcast that features a divorced couple navigating the tumultuous seas of love, dating, and post-marriage life while retaining their best friend status. With a blend of humor and insight, they delve into the quirks of modern romance, from tender escapades to midlife musings. However, please refrain from attempting to emulate their dating acrobatics or relationship antics. Leave it to the pros. Join us for a laughter-filled journey through the highs and lows of relationships, where love and sarcasm reign supreme. Welcome aboard the Bestest Exes Podcast,